I want to talk about a specific kind of tiredness today. The kind you cannot explain. You get to the end of the day and you're drained. Not the good kind of drain, which or tiredness that comes from hard, satisfying work. A heavier kind. And when you actually look at your day, it does not add up. You did not do that much. So, why do you feel this depleted? Here is my answer to that. And it is the thing almost nobody accounts for. You're not tired from your work, you are tired from holding yourself together while you do it. Today, I want to unpack the hidden cost of pretending you are fine and why it is quietly exhausting so many capable people. Let me explain the mechanism first because most people never think about that. Every day you carry things. Stress you cannot show at work. Worry you keep from your team. Frustration you swallow to stay professional. Something heavy in your personal life you keep out of your professional face. And on top of all of that, you maintain an exterior composed, capable, fine. Holding that exterior in place over an interior that does not match it takes a lot of energy. Constant, low level energy. It runs in the background all day, every day, and because it is always running, you stop noticing it as effort. It just feels like being tired all the time for no clear reason. Sometimes you blame the work, sometimes you blame the family, sometimes you blame the exterior things happening, the small, small things that irritate you to the core. But the bigger reason is think about the effort it takes to keep your face neutral when you're upset, to sound calm when you're activated, to perform good busy when you're actually struggling. Now multiply that by every interaction, every hour, every day for years. That is an enormous amount of energy spent not on your work but on the performance of being okay while you do it. And that is the exact reason why we sometimes feel just running away, going, taking a break from all of this, and we hunt down to travel. Not from the excitement of going to a new place, but at times and relief from leaving this place. And you are running two things at once, the actual task and the maintenance of the mask, and the mask is often the more exhausting of the two. Here is the part that surprises people. The individuals who look the most put together are often the most exhausted because the more composed your exterior needs to be, the more energy it costs to maintain. The founder everyone sees as unshakable, the leader who always has it handled, the person who never seems to struggle. Their mask is the heaviest because the gap between what they show and what they carry is the wildest, and holding that gap closed all day is enormous work. And there is a cruel loop inside it. The better you get at appearing fine, the more people rely on you being fine. The less permission you have to not be fine. The harder you have to hold the mask. It compounds every day, every time until you are successful, respected, admired, and completely depleted underneath, with no one around you even aware that anything is wrong because you got too good at hiding it. And you know what? This exterior mask becomes so big that it completely hides your inner self from each and every one, even the close ones. And that is where you feel so disconnected towards the end of it. that you don't even know what you're doing. You don't even want to do this work. Nothing makes you motivated. There's a forced motivation induced for every and each task of you, whatever you're performing. And this is what I mean when I talk about people who look fine on the paper and feel disconnected inside. The disconnection is often exactly this: a person spending most of their energy maintaining a version of themselves that does not match who they actually are underneath. So, what do you do about it? Because the answer is not to fall apart in every meeting or dump your inner world on everyone you meet. That is not it. No one wants to feel vulnerable or show their vulnerable side either in front of anyone. The shift is smaller and deeper than that. First, notice the cost. Just becoming aware that a huge amount of your tiredness is coming from maintenance, not work, changes how you see your own exhaustion. You stop blaming your workload for something your mask is doing. You stop getting irritated by the small stuff. You stop going in negative spiral after thinking about your thoughts. Second, find a place where you can drop it. You do not need to be unmasked everywhere, but every person needs at least one context, one relationship, one space, one hour where they do not have to perform being fine, where the interior and the exterior are allowed to match, even a little of that is enormous restorative, because for that window you stop spending energy on the gap. Third, and this is the real work, close the gap itself. The mask is heavy because of what is underneath it that you're hiding. When you actually deal with what you're carrying, the stress, the pattern, the things you have never said out loud, there is less to hide. And when there is less to hide, the mask gets lighter on its own. You're not performing over a wound anymore because the wound is being tended to. That is the deepest form of rest, that is. Not sleep, not a holiday, the relief of no longer having to pretend. And all of this is felt within you, in your intuition, in your gut. Even when you meet new people, there is a certain strong level of resistance sometimes towards a person. And you know, because of the pretentious behavior they have. All this is felt. It's not that it's not felt. Someone will know that you're not okay, how much of a mask you'll put up. You might become excellent at it and you might be able to do it in front of most people. But there'll always be people who will understand that there's something wrong. And they are generally the same ones who come and ask you, are you okay? Out of nowhere. So universe also sends signals like this. Universe also send people like this. I'm not telling that you can just go out openly and rant out everything whatever you want to say on that one person who comes and asks you. But acknowledging yourself is an important first step. And that is so deep that one can actually learn and change from that. Sometimes you even feel jealous of someone who is so out there, so themselves. It hinders you even more. So this week, notice it. Notice the energy you spend holding yourself together. Notice the autopilot, good, busy, when the truth is heavier. Notice how tired you are and ask honestly how much of that is the work and how much is the performance around the work. Notice how you are getting angry and when you are getting angry and what is the cause of angriness. At the surface, it might be just a noise. But what is the noise irritating you for? Why is it irritating you? Is there a honking noise, traffic noise continuously? Does that trouble you? If yes, why does it trouble you so much? Because it is hindering your work at the moment and that thing is coming in it? It's not letting you think. Why do you think it's emerging in the first place? Why do you think it is hindering you? What part of hindrance do you exactly feel in your work? Start asking questions after you noticing. And find one place, one person where you can put the mask down. Even for an hour, feel the difference in what that costs you. But let me tell you something. You can't anchor this person just like that. If you start venting off your negative emotions on that person again and again, there will be a negative charge build up between the two persons as well, you and someone who you're talking to, because there's only negative went off. So you have to also understand that you are putting down your negative charge, so it should always be comprehended by a positive charge as well. And you were never meant to spend your life performing being okay. You were meant to live your life, because life is happening for you and from you. It's not a pressure to you that process through the life. It is emerging from within you. Your consciousness is emerging from within you. And that performance is the most exhausting thing which you'll do, performing exteriorly. Underneath, it is a version of you that does not have to pretend, the one you have been too busy holding it together to actually live as. And that person is the actual individuality you should look for. That individuality is the one that is going to take you ahead in life. That individuality is your consciousness, the true yourself, the true you that knows what you love, what you want to do in life, who you are, how what makes you happy, everything. Sometimes the decision making becomes difficult in exterior because of the masked version. Your real you always know what you want. So go chase that. Don't rely on this masked version always. I know it's a shield to protect yourself from the exterior world, but it's time to break it. When you break it, when you connect to your true self, you will connect to people like you, and those people in you will all elevate your consciousness together. If you want to close the gap at the root, that is what the free video and the conversation with me are for. Link is below. I will see you on Thursday.